And you're looking live. That is the Time Warner Cable Arena down in Charlotte, where tonight President Barack Obama will deliver his speech accepting his party's nomination. And when he speaks at that speech tonight, he will have one piece of information that you do not have. Sudeep Reddy is down in D.C. and he's going to tell us what it is, why the president has it, and what it means. Sudeep, how are you?
I'm well, Paul. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What?
This is the big jobs report, and the president
Yes.
will have it. He will know the numbers before he goes up on stage, and he will know what the jobs report says about 10 hours before. He'll be able to give his speech about 10 hours before the rest of us find out what the jobs report says.
Right. Now, explain to us why he has it, how this comes about. He doesn't have it right now, right? But he will get it today. Explain this to us.
Right. So the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which is an independent part of the government, has statisticians who go and produce the employment report. They go and survey businesses, survey individuals, and produce the report. And they usually have it ready a few days before, and they're finalizing the numbers on Thursday. And on Thursday afternoon, through a decades-long practice, the Bureau of Labor Statistics sends the report to the White House. The Council of Economic Advisors receives the report, and the belief is that it's important for the parts of the government that are responsible for economic stability to actually know what's in a report that could move markets. So the CEA chairman gets this and writes a memo and shares the information with the president, the vice president, often with the Treasury Department and the Federal Reserve as well. And that means sometime on Thursday evening before every jobs report, the president has access to this. Sometimes the president doesn't actually choose to receive the information on Thursday night. Usually there are cases where the president might wait till Friday morning before everyone else finds out then. But in this case, we can probably guess that the president will want to know before he goes on stage what that jobs report looks like.
Now, what's interesting about this is clearly he doesn't have this before the speech was written, right? So the speech is written. The speech is the speech. But he will have this piece of information. You know, will that color what he says, how he says it, how he delivers it? This is like a joy for the tea leaf readers, right? Trying to figure out what he knows.
Exactly. There are two ways to look at this. President Obama is not going to get on stage and sound really upbeat about jobs and the economy if he has seen a report that is going to be a big surprise, a big disappointment on the downside. So you can be pretty sure about that if he sounds very positive, it probably means that we're not going to get an ugly jobs report in the morning. But if he sounds cautious, if he sounds tentative and he says where we've come is still not enough, we still have a long way to go, that's a lot of the language he uses normally. So you can't necessarily take that to mean this is a particularly bad report. So you have to be careful with reading this, because if the jobs report comes in, say, at 200,000 for a payroll gain, that would be a really good report for markets. But for the overall economy, that means we're not going to reach full employment if you were to see that consistently until 2020. And so he, in his political messaging, always wants to make it sound like we haven't come far enough. And that's probably the message that he's going to send tonight. But if he does something different along those lines, and people will be watching, there's good reason to watch, because he knows something that we don't about the payroll data that comes out 10 hours after his speech.
Yeah. All right, Sudeep, thank you very much. Leave it there, sir. Talk to you later. Talk to you tonight. Obviously, 9 p.m., Democratic National Convention. Biden, Obama speaking. We will be here at 9 starting. Hulu, YouTube, WSJ.com, all over the place. You can see this. Alan Murray will be anchoring it. Obama, I imagine, will speak sometime after 10. Depends on how long Vice President Biden goes.